To reiterate, this is a man who repeatedly challenged the Navy and the four emperors. The man who longed for a place to die. King of the Beasts, KIADO. If it's one-on-one, always bet on KIADO.
Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Reggie here, back with you for another video. And normally I'd give y'all the full intro, welcome to the House of Animation, blah blah blah, but honestly, fuck all that shit. Because really, I'm still a little hot from the bullshit I've seen online since these last couple of episodes of One Piece. I've seen videos of motherfuckers online saying that Kizaru is Kaido level, if not able to beat Kaido because of the showings that he's doing against Luffy in Gear 5. That is such a ridiculous concept that it warrants its own video, because y'all must have forgot who the fuck Kaido is. Now let's drop the intro. Alright, House fam, honestly, this is a real question. Tell me the truth. Why are people such prisoners of the moment? Like, I love the fact that we're finally giving the admirals more shine and being able to see what they can really do with their devil fruits. And it's always dope when we can see Luffy fuck with people using his Toon Force abilities. But let's not confuse this with this. But I'm getting too ahead of myself, so let's backtrack a little bit so we can understand why this is even a conversation to begin with. The reason why this conversation even started was because Kizaru was casually dealing with Snake Man Luffy. Snake Man is easily Luffy's fastest attacking form, and Kizaru was able to deal with every single one of them. Now, after this showing, what people did wrongly, in my opinion, was comparing it to when Luffy went up against Kaido using the same attack and Luffy was landing every hit. Let's stop and analyze that for a second. Kizaru ate the Pika Pika no Mi. He is a light human and confirmed to be one of, if not the fastest person in One Piece, at least currently. He's also a master at armament hockey and the teacher to Sentomaru, who has self-proclaimed said that he has the strongest defense in the world. Yes, Kizaru was no diffing Snake Man, but we can clearly see why. He's just faster than Luffy in this form. If any of these attacks hit him dead on, that would be his ass. That's why he clearly got pushed back when he's blocking, and he's trying to dodge and block all of these attacks. That is very different from comparing him to Kaido, who's damn near known for taking your strongest attack, tanking it, and then smiling in your face right after. Let me remind you, when Snake Man Luffy was going up against Kaido, this was an injured and weakened Kaido who damn near went up against like 12 people at this point, and he was still tanking Luffy's attacks. Not even to mention, my man was drinking the whole time and sauced the fuck up. And as soon as he gets sober, he uses Future Sight, transforms into a bigger, slower form, speed blitz Luffy, and then takes a bite out of his ass. So Gear 4th is clearly a wash for both of them. So let's talk about Gear 5. People like to make the narrative that because Kizaru's such a cool, calm, and collected character that he's able to contend with Gear 5, while Wick Studios is doing their damnedest to show you that he is stressed the fuck out. Understand what Luffy is doing here. He is grabbing a man made of light and launching him into the sky. And again, I love this fight. We are seeing god tier animation here, but Kizaru versus Luffy, Luffy is clearly still out blitzing Kizaru. He's landing devastating hits, and even when Kizaru's able to trick Luffy, Luffy's still fast enough to eat his light beams. To me, Kizaru versus Luffy is more of a showing of Kizaru's abilities and all of the amazing things he's able to do, rather than a power scaling versus Gear 5. Let's not forget, Kizaru's like 58 years old. He's had his devil fruit damn near longer than Luffy's been alive. And at the point we are in Egghead, it's only been a little bit since Wano. Luffy literally unlocked Gear 5 like 2 weeks ago in the story, and this man's able to do this much damage. Kizaru has not done any serious damage to Luffy in Gear 5, and it's ridiculous to compare him to Kaido versus his showing against Gear 5. But if we want to talk about it, Kaido had a much better showing against Luffy in Gear 5 and was severely weakened by the time they got to that fight. Let's remember who Kaido is for a second. Kaido is the man who fought all 9 of the Red Scabbards at the same time. Now say what you want about the Red Scabbards in Wano. Kaido himself said that they were strong. Right after fighting the 9 Red Scabbards, he then went up against 5 of the 6 strongest members of the worst generation. 3 of them have Conqueror's Haki, 2 of them have possibly the top 2 devil fruits in all of One Piece, and 1 of them is the reincarnation of a god. Then right after that fights Luffy 1v1 and wins. Mind you, this is a stronger Luffy who at this point knows Advanced Observation Haki, Advanced Armament Haki, and is picking up Conqueror's Coding. Then, right after beating Luffy, he goes up against Yamato, who has an awakened mythical devil fruit. Then, right after that, he fights Yamato, Luffy, and Momonosuke for a bit. Then, right after that, fights Luffy 1v1 again and wins. Now, granted, CP0 did step in to fuck up his win, but he would have won regardless. Then right after that, Luffy awakens the strongest devil fruit in One Piece that has all 5 of the Gorosei shook to their boots and Imu, the ruler of the world, scared as fuck. Fights Kaido for like the 5th time, and it's still a super close fight. Luffy versus Kaido in Gear 5 could have went any way. And to put the cherry on top, he did this entire thing while carrying a mountain across the sky with over 35,000 plus people inside. Kaido was different. So I say all of that to say this. I love the Admirals. I love that we're giving them more shine, and I can't wait to see more of what they can do. But let's not forget who the fuck Kaido was and is. They don't call him the King of Beasts for nothing. Remember what the narrator says. If it's one-on-one, always bet on Kaido. So comment below and let me know what you guys think of this conversation about the Admirals versus the Yonkos. Let me know what you think, if people are underestimating or overestimating the Yonko or the Admirals. But with that, I got nothing left for this video. So, peace.